I think it's recorded.
So gun control is a very controversial issue that has come up in the United States over the past couple of years, and it especially comes up when it comes time for election season, because that's what a lot of our electors are wanting to do. They're wanting to put more stricter gun laws into effect because they think that guns are what kill people, and really it's people that kill people. So the Second Amendment gives us the right to bear arms, which we all use a majority of the time. You can actually get your concealed handgun license in the state of Texas at the age of 21, which gives you permission to carry a handgun with you at all times. And actually there was a court case with the Supreme Court in 2008 for the District of Columbia versus Heller, and the court ruled that it is constitutional that you can use your gun for personal defense. So if we were to be out on the streets and somebody was to shoot at us, if we have a gun, that just gives us another reason to use that amendment, and so we can protect ourselves in the time of need. Over the last 20 years in the United States, the gun sales have actually gone up, but homicide with a firearm has actually gone down 39%, and other crimes with firearms have actually gone down 69%. So it just shows you that even though that sales have gone up over the last couple of years with firearms, that the crime rate is actually going down. And one cool thing about that is it just shows you that since our mass shootings since 1950, they have actually happened in states that have strict gun laws. So they actually can't protect themselves with guns because their state doesn't give them the right to. And another thing is over 200,000 women in the United States use firearms to help protect themselves for sexual abuse or crime throughout the streets and everything else. So it helps protect women as well. A lot of women do own firearms. In 2007, actually England and Wales had the highest rate of firearm ownership in the world, and Texas was actually very low on that list, or not Texas, the United States was very low on the list. So it just shows that not only is the United States having firearms, but actually the other countries are doing the same thing just because of the crime rate and to help protect everybody else that's involved. And in countries that actually have a lot of firearm ownership, like the England and Wales and New Zealand and all them, they actually don't have a high crime rate because they do have people that are protecting themselves throughout the streets. So they don't have people just out wanting to shoot because they don't want, they have the fear if they're going to shoot somebody, then they're going to get shot as well. So they don't want to do that. And there's actually some tips for avoiding accidents or injuries with your firearm, and they're to keep them muzzled and pointed away from people at all times. That just helps make it to where it doesn't accidentally fire and shoot somebody, because you never know that could happen if there is a bullet in the trigger. You want to make sure that you keep your finger off the trigger and the safety on unless you are actually ready to use the firearm. And you want to make sure that it's unloaded at all times until you're up and you're ready to use it. Just because you never know when something might happen with it or when it might go off. You want to make sure that you read the manual for the firearm that you get so you know exactly how to use it, different things about it, because each firearm is going to be different from each other. Just like our .22 is going to be different from our AR-15. So every firearm is going to have a different manual for different things that come along with it. And then we're going to make sure that we store it in a locked cabinet, so that way our kids can't get a hold of our firearms, because there has been a lot of shootings with little kids just accidentally shooting their brother or sister because it's loaded and they saw it and they wanted to go out and play. And then just to make sure that you unload your firearm when you're finished, just so we can put it up and it's all done and we don't have to worry about anything happening at the end. And that's all. Y'all.